money, business, and life.
Wanted to get with, yes, this is really something that seems to be scratching a lot of itches, and it looks like it's pretty lucrative.
Well, it's one of the best business decisions that I've made, becoming a rep.
My intent now is being in that call center is letting people know this is the real deal. You will make money, and you don't have to have a product to promote. Just get in that call center and take calls, read a script. You will make money.
I started my own personal business 10 days ago. On Friday, I have my first 2 sales come through, and I have more pending. You do the activity, you take the time, you talk to the people.
You will make money.
I am in love with it. I don't know any other way to put it.
I really appreciate all the value you give. It's a lot, man. I look up to you a lot. You're kind of a leader in an industry where there's lots of BS.
And by the way, I love your swag. This is the Terry Wilson. Really? I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Well, I think we're live. Are we live? Are we alive? Can you see us? Can you hear us? If you're out there in the chat room world, let Reagan know that you can hear us. Welcome to TW3, guys. This is Terry Wilson, TerryWilson3.com. This is episode 326, and I'm in the studio with Miss Lindsay. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
And Reagan.
What does the 3 stand for?
What does the 3 stand for? The 3 stands for the Trinity. No, the 3 stands for 3 bases. No, the 3...
First, second, and third?
First, second, and third. I take all the bases. I just never make it home. I can hit a triple. I just can't get home. The 3. What does the 3 stand for? You have to ask Gary Green. It's a secret. It's a top secret, and we send it out in a sealed envelope to Gary.
It's so secret that if you go back a couple of podcasts, in any given
is that
week,
a real question? Someone asking
no,
that?
No.
Oh, okay.
We get that question a lot. Figured out.
Yeah, I'm the 3rd.
We should say that only elite members get to know the answer.
Only, that's right. You have to be an elite member to get that kind of.
Or just crafty enough to go back a couple weeks.
Which I will say, elite membership is life-giving.
Hey, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
It's starting to make sense.
Yes,
it's starting to come.
Yes, I'm digging.
What it is, you got a full picture as the elite member.
Yes,
and
you got a top view.
You got top view, and then you got about I understand a little bit more with the plus, and then. Yeah. With the rep membership, you've got you got your blinders on. Just concentrate on this and do this.
You can see it all though from the elite view. Yeah. It's like the perfect view.
Yeah,
it's good.
Hey, speaking of which, I want to hit this up real quick right up front. What is the day's date? Does anybody know?
It's the 9th.
It is the 9th. So tomorrow is the 10th. Wednesday is the 11th. So let's just do it this way. How many days do we have in July? Does anybody know?
I think it's 31.
31 days.
Hold on, I'll double check though.
It's not 28 because that's February.
That's February.
I know that much.
Well, you were homeschooled.
Yeah.
Hey, that's homeschooling is amazing.
Can be.
All right, we got 31. Yep.
31.
So 31 days, and it's the 9th now. So that gives people how many days till the 31st? What's the math on that?
Whoa.
31.
Whoa.
Use your new iPhone 10 and tell us. 31 minus 9 is what?
Okay, people are going to make fun of you for saying 10. I know because I've said it myself.
It's the Roman numeral of 10. Come on, people.
I was like, hey, Christina, my sister, she's a millennial. And I was like, hey, I think I might get that, iPhone 10. And she about lost it, like snort laughing.
Like they're making fun, like you're not on the inside.
Yeah, like you're a loser and you don't know.
Only the cool kids call it the 9.
It's 22 days.
22 days.
It is 22 days.
Okay.
My quick math was spot on. I'm happy about
College
that. Like a boss, homeschool.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Normally, my quick math is the last person you want. Like,
so we shouldn't trust you.
Not normally, but I was right about that one. So that was good.
Well, nevertheless, you got 22 days. If you want one-on-one coaching with me as a Plus member, we're going to extend it till the end of this month. After that, you still get one-on-one, but it's going to be with one of my elite staff. It's going to be with Miss Lindsay or some of the other folks. So we're for forever, it's always been, if you come into plus level or above, you get one-on-one training with myself, and of course, if you're elite member, you get one-on-one training. The problem I'm running into is just time, and so we've got Lindsay right here, who is a absolute rock star. We've got several other folks out there. I think Mark's taking up some, Tracy's taking up some. Haven't talked to Gary, but we'll be talking to Gary as well. And for those who want to do the plus training, we'll be talking, but I know those are already on board. And so if you come in as a plus level after the 31st of this month, you're still going to get the four one-on-ones, but it'll be with one of my elite staff that does that. I won't be able to do that anymore. It's only at the elite level and above after the 31st of this month. So I just want to make that announcement. We've sort of been talking about that for the last year, and I'm wanting to and I was like, when's a good time? Reagan, has there been a day gone by that we just haven't had absolute nonstop people coming in left and right?
Not in about a month.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit more, but it's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm telling you guys, TW3, if you're not in yet, you need to get in, because it is on fire. If you've ever looked for a way to make money from home, now's the time. This is the time to do it, because we've got guys that have come on and just we were looking at it the other day, and a guy came in from a new guy who came in from a new guy who came in from a new guy who came in from a new guy, and one of those guys were just
we're working on a spreadsheet now, dude.
Yeah, we're working on a spreadsheet feverishly right now to keep up with all this, just because it's just exploded on us. And we've got guys that's just been in the business a week or two now that
making sales
tons.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I tell you, it's very exciting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
It's empowering.
Yeah.
To be able to earn money from home.
Yeah. No,
on your terms.
On your time, on your terms. Yeah.
It's just amazing. And so, I spent some time with a gentleman, a good friend of mine, well, not a close personal friend, but we meet about once a year, and we share a lot of the same background as far as what happened to us in 07 and 08 when the housing market crashed. And he was a high-end executive at a major plant and had investment properties out there and lost it because of the downturn in the economy, and had to pick up a new trade, go into a new industry, learn a new skill set, all kinds of things in rebuilding. And he keeps coming back to me and goes, Terry, I've watched you. I started, because we connected with the insurance business. Mm-hmm. And he said, I've watched you over the years and just how your business, and he says, you were doing what the rental properties was supposed to be my vehicle to independence. And now I see, and he says, and not only that, I followed you long enough to see you've been able to achieve this, but not only that, he's actually called in and talked to other reps.
Really?
And heard other reps. It's like, it's one thing, okay, well, that's just Terry. I mean, he's got a talent here, and you can just sort of, well, I couldn't do that because, but when you start seeing multiple people,
right,
that tells you
not
it's
just the top guy.
Yeah, it's achievable.
Right.
It's totally achievable, totally doable.
Well, the conference, meeting so many people at the conference that were winning at life, was really cool.
That elite conference, I think it was our sort of first time we did it at that level and that scale, and it was very reaffirming to me that we're on the right track.
Are we doing it again soon? Not to throw you under the bus or anything.
I've had several people want to do one this fall.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
So
it was one of the most amazing things I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of conferences, but it was like top notch. My husband and I were both like, wow, they nailed it.
Yeah. Well, we tried because, the thing that's in the back of my head, because I've just been doing this type of business so long, if you veer over too far into the mindset thing, you lose the audience that says, just give me the X and O's. Which,
the black and white audience.
The black and white.
Which is my people.
Right. Just get what buttoned
but
up.
Bill, he was your mindset guy.
Yeah.
And like Justin and I both, after his session, Justin's my husband, we were like, oh my word, that was so good. And Justin, if he gives a check mark to the mindset guy, it was really, really good.
Yeah, because he's an engineer and A type,
the blackest, the whitest.
Right.
Like, there is no grade.
Right. Don't Don't mess around with all this, metaphorical crap. Just give me the.
You should have seen him in our birthing class when they were telling me, visualize the birth that you want. Close your eyes. Imagine the waves. And he's like, baby, I don't see any waves.
Imagine my hands around your neck. That's what I'm going to imagine if you don't get on it.
Yeah, I think the conference brought a lot of value to people because a lot of our members that were there, they were doing okay. Like, they weren't doing bad, but they really, they've taken off since going to the conference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which we have, I've had a few people. I have a couple people a week, shout out to Mark just because he's doing such an incredible job now with bringing
With the
people on.
coaching.
But yeah, just doing an awesome job, like supporting his people and, helping them move along. I mean, it's really cool to see.
It really is. It really is. It's cool to see so many people, find success so quickly. And not and caveat emptor, I always have to say this, and people always get on to me, why do you always sort of circle back? Because there's always that 2% out there that just, they hear one thing, they hear what you're saying, and they take it to another thing. I got a call Saturday night. I'm in my study here. I'm studying for a lesson in a training I'm doing at the church, and it's, of course, church is all mindset stuff. But this guy leaves me this 3-minute scathing voicemail, and I'm not criticizing. I'm not trying to beat up on anybody. I mean, it's just where he's at. God love him. I pray that he will find his way out. But here's the deal. He listened to a podcast of mine about 3 months ago, saved up about half the money he needed to buy a laptop, and then went and bought a laptop, and went out and got a cell phone and prepaid for data and all this other stuff. He didn't join as a member. He just joined as an affiliate.
Which is free. Right?
Which is free.
Right, yeah.
But this is the first time he's ever tried anything like this at all.
Right.
And he fell flat on his face. He don't have a coach.
Yeah.
He
has no direction.
He has absolutely no direction. And naturally, he's frustrated and aggravated. He calls, and he just calls me everything but my Christian name, and talks about, and pretty much put it in terms that I owe him money for the laptop he bought and the cell phone, and he expects me to pay him for the money he went. And so, yeah, I'm not. People are just goofy. So I say that for you in the audience that don't hear what we're saying. Let me tell you, entrepreneurialism and getting a business that you're passionate about, that you're called to, that you're proficient with, it is the way out of poverty. No one is ever going to pay you what you're worth. Only you. I've got a training. You can go to terrywilson3.com, look up the 5 laws of income growth. And one of the laws of income growth is no one cares more about your income than you do. So as long as you're depending on someone else to pay you what you're worth, you're always going to be just making ends meet. You're the only one, okay? But that being said, you cannot separate responsibility with freedom. If you want financial freedom, you got to be responsible. And this man, if he would have talked to me, and if he really was needing income, and if he was, I don't think he was unemployed. He just wasn't making what he wanted to. Yeah. He's a dreamer. Which, the gentleman I was talking to today is a dreamer. He's just, he's making $150,000 a year, but dreaming for more because he used to make more. Right. So that's the thing, people can be discouraged at every level. Right. He's discouraged at making 150. Some of the people in the audience right now, oh my God, what is someone complaining about, making that kind of money? Well, he don't have freedom. Yeah. He's tied to a business. He's tied to a partner.
Well,
he's tied.
The other thing is like your paycheck is not always an indicator of your freedom, because like just a little window into my business right now. My kids are getting a little older and their needs have changed a little bit in the last year. And I have I'm still doing my business. Right. But I've cut my volume because I decide, like, okay, I'm going to order this much and I'm going to sell this much. And so I know that process. And I've cut my volume down significantly. Number one, because I want to spend more time with my children. Number two, I have residual income. Right. I can afford to. But it's the big paycheck is not always the win. For me, the win is that I get to decide how much I work.
Freedom.
Yeah, I'm free.
We're not chasing money.
No.
We're running from poverty
Yeah.
and seeking freedom.
It's amazing.
All money is a vehicle to bring freedom.
Right.
Opportunity.
Yeah, and for me right now, freedom is time. I want more time. That I could order a lot more and sell a lot more. I could do
Sure.
it. I
But
have
at
the
what
audience,
cost?
But at the cost of spending less time with my children, who I want to spend more time with.
Exactly. Reagan, we got questions coming in, I'm sure.
Troy had asked, you had mentioned the 5 laws of income growth. Do you have a link to that?
Let me see here. Let me go over. Everybody look at the computer screen right here. And I got the computer screen up on the thing right now. So let's just go to terrywilson3.com and let's look it up because I can show you where it's at. This was a training I did back 3 or 4 years ago. If you go in the top right-hand corner, and for you guys that are listening to this as an audio podcast later on, I'm just going over to terrywilson3.com. I'm going up in the top right-hand corner of my website where there's a search bar, and I'm going to put laws. I'm just going to type in laws of income, and I'm going to search it because I have no idea. I mean, I've got so much content on my site. The 5 right there, the 5 laws of income growth. There's the podcast to it that's introducing it. And I think right here's the webinar. That's the one you want. And if you'll just click on the webinar link to it, it brings up that video right there of the 5 laws of income growth. And that'll sort of get you what you want. Good question. Thank you, Troy. Any other questions?
Spencer had asked, is there a free way to advertise on social media?
Well, sure. Just posting the ad on social media, you can do that. The question is, if you're advertising on social media for free, all you're going to expose that ad to is your friends and family. No one else is going to see that. The reason you want to pay for the paid ads on social media is because it gets it outside of your friends and family. That's who you want to be able to see those ads outside of friends and family. You want to be able to expose it to people. And the beautiful thing, especially about Facebook, and I've got training on my website using Facebook. If you'll just go over there, type in and go to my website, just like I showed Troy a minute ago, instead of searching for the 5 laws of income growth, type in Facebook ATM. Facebook ATM. That'll show you how you can turn Facebook into an ATM machine if you know how to target the right people. And the thing I love about Facebook is no other time in recorded history of humankind can I get into people's business and understand what do they like, what are they looking at, what are their interests, what are their age, what is their income, all of those demographical things. It was just like I was talking to the gentleman today, because I'm a Southern evangelical Christian.
Right.
I know how to speak the language of the Southern evangelical Christian because I am one,
Right.
So you're going to build rapport with people you understand. And so I was talking to him about some of the techniques that I could show him how to use to promote his potential insurance business and other stuff. And I was like, for instance, as a Southern evangelical, we know of Stephen Curtis Chapman, Michael W. Smith, T.D. Jakes, all of these other people. What's the gentleman out in Texas with the big church that Joel Osteen? So I could go to Facebook and I can say, find me people that are interested or frequenting these websites or these links on Facebook. Find people that are between this age group. Find people that are currently looking for a business opportunity. And so I have just
laser focused.
And then I create an ad that speaks right to them. It might be a little video I make. Hey, this is Terry. How you doing today? I'd like to talk to you about how to taking the very gift sets and the Spirit of God that's put on the inside of you and how you can use it to bless and bring value to other people and get paid to pour value into other people. Click on this link below for this free video.
Easy.
Clicks. And I've already got a video for it, and it's paid to pour value into others. I send them over there, and what am I showing them? Because it doesn't, at the end of the day, all roads lead to TW3, right? Because you got to have a mechanism to get in front of people. You know, if you're going to build a church, if you're going to build a ministry, if you're going to build a coaching business, if you're going to build an insurance real estate, you got to have people. And so that's what we do. What else do you have over there, Mister?
Ron had said he had someone asking. At the end of your follow-up page, there's a section that talks about how to avoid scams.
Yes.
But when they click on it, it's only a 15-second video. Is it supposed to be that video, or is the link messed up possibly?
That video is hosted by Wistia. More than likely, if someone is clicking on it and it's cutting off, Wistia uses, and they stay very up to date on the latest HTML5 and the latest, what's the other type protocol there? It's called something else. But if someone's website or web browser is out of date, it doesn't work because Wistia, I wish they were like YouTube. YouTube is always downgradable. In other words, they update their video protocols, but they make their videos to where if someone's got an older system, it still plays.
Well, YouTube has the dollars to sort of
YouTube's got the dollar. Wistia, unfortunately, doesn't, and so that is one of the downsides
but
of
simple
using.
Solution: just update your browser.
Make sure your browser, make sure your Flash, your Adobe Flash, that was the word I was looking for. Make sure all that's up to date, and it should play.
Gotcha.
Good
I think
stuff.
that's the end of our questions.
Okay.
Right now, so.
If there's any trainers, members on tonight that wants us to give a shout out, make sure that Reagan has that, and we will make sure you give a shout out. Today we're talking about, staying current, staying up to date with the economy and how it's changing. Is there any sports fans in here or in the chat room that specifically notice how the quality of commercials on the Super Bowl has gone down and down and down? It used to be the thing, and now it's okay. Some of them are fun. They're acceptable, but they're not. They're not what they used to be, where it's just like side-splitting funny. It was just, and they were spending multiple millions of dollars on these ads, and it just seems like ads are more and more going down in quality.
See, I didn't know if I was just getting desensitized to the humor, or the humor just wasn't as good.
That's a good point, because I remember thinking, like, why are these not awesome?
Like, I used to think this was hilarious, and now it's kind of like,
now it's like,
I don't know if it's the fact that people love the Super Bowl commercials so much that they thought it was so funny that they started putting those type of commercials throughout your regular day.
Comedy is comedy, funny is funny.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been exposed to different styles of comedy forever, and comedians still seem to find a way to make us laugh, right?
True. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what we're judging these commercials on is really the comical factor.
Yeah.
Well, and that and entertainment level.
Well, yeah.
Which is usually hand in hand.
Is hand in hand.
Honestly, I don't even think I watched the Super Bowl last year because I was like, well, the year before wasn't anything to write home about.
Right. Just got boring.
Yeah, and the halftime shows, it used to be for me. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I am completely clueless about football. I'm very confused by the whole sport.
Right.
So,
too many people on the field.
I don't get it.
There really is. Nobody can count 22 people at once. You're like that. I don't know if that's enough or not.
It's pure chaos. Yeah. It reminds me of my children. So I don't.
We got
really
football
get
fans
it.
in the audience right now. Like, I hate these people.
I'm sorry, y'all. My husband is a diehard football fan, and so I'm there for the food every Saturday.
Right.
But so the Super Bowl, the pull for me is the halftime show and the commercials. And lately, the halftime shows have been really just inappropriate.
Yeah.
And then the commercials are lackluster. So it doesn't hold much value for me anymore as a viewer.
Well, if you read the trade magazines and marketing and stuff like that, they will tell you that less and less resources are going into making them.
Well, that makes sense.
And industry-wide, less and less money is being put into... Because remember back in the 80s and 90s, it was side-splitting funny, some of the commercials on TV.
Oh, I remember.
I don't remember that well. I remember early 2000s.
Hush. Am I the old guy in here? Everybody in here, you're calling me old.
I was born in the 80s.
Never mind. Everybody in here is now wanting me to feel old. It sounds like
You wanted to reference something from the early 80s.
You were born in the 90s or the 80s?
I was born in 97, so
Okay, so you missed all of that.
I wasn't there for that. Sorry.
Well, where a lot of companies are putting their resources is in on-demand and smaller content creation. Netflix.
Oh, I love Netflix.
And a podcast and independent blogs. Anything on a smaller scale content. With the advent of social media and online resources, what's happening is companies are now allowing the average Joe to put advertisement on their blog, on their podcast, on everything. And so a lot of what's happening is ad resources are going to people like us.
Yeah.
And that's what we offer at TW3. And so when we talk about, there's a lot of changes going on in the economy, technological changes. Sometimes it can be intimidating, but folks, let me tell you something. No time since now have you, the average Joe, been able to take part in this new economy where, like, for instance, I've lost 35 pounds. I'm committed to lose another 15 pounds before we go on our cruise in the end of August. And here's the reason why. Have you been on a cruise? We need to go on a cruise. We need you and Justin and me and Gina.
Would
you want to
have
eat it?
Way too much fun.
I look at that buffet and put on 10 pounds. Just looking at it.
Let me tell you our secret.
What's
Because
that?
we went on a cruise and didn't gain any weight. And it's because we took the stairs. We took the stairs everywhere we went.
There ain't enough steps in a cruise ship to offset what I can put down this pipe hole. I'm just telling you,
I think you underestimate how much he could eat.
I can eat. I'm a red meat eating machine.
Really?
I love steak.
So does Justin.
So
Justin is the kind of eater that if he's eating with another eater who eats a lot, he will match you.
It becomes a sport.
Yes.
Maybe you guys shouldn't go on a cruise.
Yeah, I'm no good for Justin.
But then he'll take you running.
But see, that's the difference. Because I see him running up and down the neighborhood, and I was like, run another mile for me. But I've got up on the screen right now. This is part of our RMP package, and you can see $68 per lead. Not $68 per sale, $68 per lead. And what that means is if you have the tools, training, and technology to drive leads for yourself or other companies, you can make some serious money. And so I brought up my weight loss, wanting to lose weight because, I've been doing this keto thing since November, and I've lost about 35 pounds, and I've plateaued in the last 4 months. I hadn't gained weight, but we're going out to eat a lot. Yeah. And I'm not as serious about it as I was. So I'm right here at 263. Mm-hmm. Started at 298 and down to 263. Nice. But I want to get to 250 by August. So I salad all day today. I had the bullet coffee in the morning.
With the coconut oil or butter?
Coconut oil, but I do coconut oil, butter, cinnamon. I do the sugarless creamer, because I can't stand black coffee, but if you put enough creamer on, I can do it. But I told this story about 3 months ago, and the reason I'm bringing it up, the weight loss, while I'm showing on the screen here our RMP package, is because one of those RMPs you'll see as it scrolls up is the keto thing that I actually promote. You can go to terrywilson3.com/keto, terrywilson3.com/keto. I did this about 3 or 4 months ago, talking about it, and just pass off. If you'll notice back here, I'm just telling you what I make, because anybody that's an elite member can do the same thing. It's coming up on your screen right now. It's the one that says burn fat. You see there? It's $68. So every time someone goes over there and fills that out and asks for information, they send me $68. Because
we'll getting that handled tonight.
I'm generating leads
on our elite package.
I'm generating leads. And so someone asks me all the time, what business should I be in? And said, it doesn't matter what business you want to be in. Learn the skill set of generating leads. Yeah. Because once you do that, you can. I'm no fitness expert. I mean, look at me. I mean, no one's gonna. But everybody's
You're on a good track, though.
But I'm on a good track, and I've got a story of 30 some odd pounds thus far. And I think if I lose another 30, 40 pounds, I'm really going to have a testimony at that point.
A place to stand from.
Yeah, and I'm talking to you right now. We're having fun. We're on this podcast. There's going to be a couple hundred people watch this on YouTube in the next couple days. There's going to be over 10,000 people download the audio version of this.
Right.
And so I'm going to get probably about 1% of that goes over and goes to terrywilson3.com/keto.
Easy peasy.
And some of them are going to fill it out and say, yeah, I would like to lose weight because if Terry can lose it and go out to eat all the time and all this other stuff, and he's done 30 some odd pounds, then maybe I should try that. And that's going to happen. That's the point of this business, guys. That's the new economy. You know, the reason why your advertisements on TV stink nowadays is because the companies are taking the money out of those resources and putting it out to people like me, like you, Lindsay, like Reagan, because they know that if, you know, I don't have the audience of NBC. I don't have the audience of some of these other companies, but I do have an audience. And the audience I have, I've got rapport with.
Right.
And so, you know, I've got influence.
They trust you.
And they trust me.
Right.
But that's the point of TW3. You get these tools, and you don't have to be a podcaster. You don't have to. But what if you had an email system and we show you how to target people via email and offer them an ad, you know, and drive them right over there. And here's the other thing. Don't ever feel the pressure of having to sell anything. Just saying, hey, just check this out. I was showing my buddy today at lunch. I was like, because he's considering insurance. I said, let me show you an ad I used to do all the time. And I showed him how I said, hey, this is Terry over here in Boiling Springs. And I would call local people. I know you're probably happy with what you've got right now, but I get paid just to generate leads and generate a quote. If you will just be so kind to just check it out, maybe I can save you money, maybe I can't, but nobody's coming out to your home. Nobody's going to be trying to sell you anything. We just want to see if we can do better than what you're currently paying for on your car insurance, life insurance, or whatever. I'd give them a website, which is a landing page you build at TW3. When they would go in there, that company there would pay me $15. And then I would say, and whether you buy anything or not, I'm going to send you out a gift card for Starbucks gift card just for the opportunity. And then I would send them all you have to do is fill out this quick survey, and we send you this $25 gift card. Easy peasy. So I get $3 from Starbucks. I get $15 from whatever that other company was. I've got my voice broadcast dial. It knows exactly who to target, what to say, all that stuff. I'm telling you guys, if you have these tools, and if you want to see some of the tools at terrywilson3.com, just go to terrywilson3.com/tools, and you can see them. You can make tons and tons of money. And we start you out. We've got a program for you guys out, because I know we had tons of people that just joined the last couple of weeks. I'm showing you this as to what is possible, but you got to be able to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. So we start you out at levels 1 through 6, just the basic, how to build landing pages, opt-in forms, and how to drive traffic to that. You've got to get that skill set first. If you don't have that skill set, then you can't go on to how to use a voice broadcast dialer, bulk emailer, using blog, using social media, using all of these other things to drive other traffic. So it's just builds upon that. So Reagan, we got any other questions that are coming in?
You wanted people to shout out some other people, so make sure
yes.
go over this. Spencer wanted to shout out Shonda Smith-Lee. She's a new rep that came on.
Shonda, welcome to TW3. Thank you so much for being with us.
Let's see. Gary wanted to shout out Rosemary Lawson and Ryan Hillstead.
Welcome, Rosemary Lawson and
Ryan Hillstead.
Ryan Hillstead. You are with a wonderful recruiter in Gary Green, the man, Gary Greenbacks.
We got some questions if you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first, let's do the most important one. Spencer said, why don't the Braves invest in a catcher?
I would settle for if they would just invest in a pitcher.
Pick one, right? Either one.
I don't want to be greedy, Spencer. If they would just invest, because if you'll notice, we're in the National League. We're up there with I think your Brewers and some other teams as the average runs. We average about 5.5 runs a game.
But don't they lose every time you go?
Yes, that's why I stopped going to Braves games, and I'm about to stop watching them because every time I watch them, they lose.
You're just gonna have to disconnect completely. Let's see. He also had another question.
But we can't keep runs being scored on us is the problem.
If you're missing or playing phone tag, is it recommended to email the videos without talking to them if they don't click here to apply on Craigslist?
So you're running ads on Craigslist. They're coming in, and you've captured the lead. I'm assuming is a question, but you're asking. So what you want to do is, if you're a TW3 member, we offer hourly and salary opportunities. We offer other kinds of opportunities. What you want to do is, first and foremost, disarm that person from thinking you're trying to sell them something, because if you notice our training in the back, we teach you don't try to sell TW3 to everybody you talk to, because it's not right for everyone.
That's right.
What you want to do is find out where they're at. And so you want to leave a very compelling voicemail that says something like, hey, this is Terry. I'm your assigned career coach, whatever, fill in the blank. I need to talk to you as quick as possible. We want to fill these positions. I need to know if you're wanting the hourly and salary opportunities or the commission-based opportunities. Are you wanting the $15 to $40 an hour job opportunities? Are you wanting the $400 to $800 a day working from home? We just need to know where you're at so we can close your file. I promise you, if you leave a voicemail like that on someone's machine, they are going to call you back. Mm-hmm. And then go into our back office, look at the free texter that we recommend. If you will text those folks and say, hey, I just need to know, we got your application, we sent you your information, need to know, are you wanting the hourly and salary? Are you wanting the commission-based work from home? Where you're at. If you send a text out and you dangle, because we can offer $15 to $40 an hour based on their location, based on their education, based on what's available in that area at that time. And if you're a Plus or Elite member, you get paid for that. And if you're not a Plus or Elite member, you can still refer them over and use it as a tool to get in front of the people, because it gives great value. Even if you're not getting paid to refer them over to the hourly and salary, you still get to use that. And you can just say, and if you vet them, you use the system the way we show you, and they're just not right for this, then send them. And if you're not a Plus or Elite member, send them to terrywilson3.com/hourly and say, thank them and ask them, can I keep you on my list? And if things change, maybe it'll be a better time to become an affiliate for free with us or a member later on. Good stuff.
Peter wanted to shout out Troy and Dana.
Troy and
Plus members.
Dana, Peter. All right, so there's with Peter. Peter's another one that's just come on in a couple. I think he's been with us I don't know, a few weeks, few months. I don't know how long, but
it's not been too long.
But he's another one that just hit the ground running, and has proof positive. If you go in, you use the system, you can be successful just as quickly as you can pick up the content and what we're doing for you. So you can. I'm trying my best to get the camera off of you when you take a drink.
I'm sorry. Y'all don't want to see my Hydro Flask?
Well, hold on a second. I'll bring it back. Go ahead. Now the camera is directly on you.
I need to be like, I need to call them and say, listen, I am promoting your product like a beast. Because number one, I love them, and I've told all my friends about them. But hello, I'm on a podcast.
Hey.
Drinking water out of my Hydro Flask.
I bet you could go back there and find either an affiliate link or an RMP link for them.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
They're like a Kickstarter, though. I don't know.
Oh, well, you might be able to find a company like them.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
Okay, well.
And I can show you which RMP vendor to use for that. Yeah. So, and you might have to tape over that one.
Yes. So I might be having another one next week.
Exactly. What other questions you got there?
Gary asked, do you think it'll be the Braves and Astros in the World Series 2018?
Gary, I hope not, only because I don't want to pull against the Astros, but I'd have to. But I think if I had to bet, I would say it's either going to be the Braves and the Astros. It could be the Brewers and the Astros. Because the Brewers are strong. And
what about the Cubs?
I don't think the Cubs will make it this year.
No.
Sometimes he talks about baseball and he looks at me like for an agreement or for a point, and I'm just like, sure, whatever you say. Like, I guess.
Reagan's like, I don't care.
Warriors signed Boogie Cousins. I can't care about basketball anymore. I guess I might as well care. We do have another one.
Sure.
This one comes from Neil. Can you talk about the email program and follow-up scripts y'all offer?
Yeah, so the email program is pretty strong that we have. What the email does, our email system allows you to do, is unlike MailChimp, GetResponse, Aweber, and all these other guys. You get filter scrub data from us at a large discount. I think it's $5 or so with their discount code. So you get 1,000 filter scrub emails for $5. You load it into our bulk email system, and you're going to pay if you use it. Now, all of our engagement tools, our bulk emailer, bulk texter, and bulk dialer have usage fees. You have the discounted cost of them. We don't make any money, but there is a usage fee. And why is there a usage fee on a bulk emailer? Because here's the reason why our bulk emailer works, and you can't just go buy a list, scrape a list, and load it into MailChimp, because they'll shut you down. What happens is if you use MailChimp or one of those other type of businesses, you send out a ton of emails. Someone says, oh, that's spam. Oh, I didn't ask for that. Blah, blah, blah. They complain. MailChimp shuts you down. Aweber shuts you down. GetResponse, Constant Contact shuts you down. Our system is on a roving server. It bounces around. It sends out a few hundred from this server, then it sends out a few hundred from this. It's a moving target. So if they click on it, spam or whatever, and it's not spam because they're opted in leads that we give you, but people don't understand the difference. They're annoyed, and so they just want to complain and call you whatever. But then you can.
I regret my decision of agreeing to.
I regret my decision for ever giving out my email address, but that's just the way of the world. So it goes out, and so you can send out thousands and thousands and thousands of emails a day. And then if you're connected with what I'm showing you here, which is our referral marketing partners, you can, here's the thing, you can bulk email a ton of people and say, hey, we're paying up to $15 to $40 an hour. Click here for more information. They click in, and you send them to an opt-in form you create with our system, okay? And then when they opt in, it automatically redirects them over to one of our RMPs, which is an hourly salary opportunity. You get paid $3 to $5, but guess what? More importantly, you've captured a lead. And then you follow up with that lead and say, hey, we sent you the information on fill in the blank. Just trying to check in. Is that something you're interested in? Do you like it? Do you not like it? If they don't like it, then start the conversation. Say, well, I work for TW3. Here's what we do. And you start cross-promoting. That's how I built my entire list. But that's how our email system works. And that same logic is used with our voice broadcast dialer, our bulk texter, and everything else.
Cool. Let's see. Got one more. This one's from Ron. Wants to welcome Jim Morris. So shout out to Jim Morris.
Welcome to Jim Morris.
No,
welcome
to Jim Morris. Welcome Jim Morris.
Welcome Jim Morris.
So
is that
cute.
the guy that sung for the Doors?
I don't know.
I think it was Jim Morrison. Never mind.
I don't know. He also asked about
Break
the
on
Padres.
through to the other side. Oh, sorry.
What about the Padres?
What about? Who's asking about?
This is Ron.
Baseball talk.
Ron, this ain't your year, baby. I wouldn't even be talking baseball. You need to be you need to be talking LA Lakers.
Yeah. You guys got LeBron. Congrats.
Y'all got LeBron coming. I wouldn't be talking baseball or talking to see. Is the Chargers still out in San Diego? The football team?
I think they got relocated.
I think they. See, I'm old. I
think they got relocated.
Okay, sorry, Ron.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
got
know
a
what
question
Hit me.
about Wilson time.
Wilson time.
What is bedtime around here?
You're hearing the shower go on in the
they're doing.
background.
Not 10 o'clock at night.
And let me tell you, let me like preface that question. Like everybody at my house right now is probably asleep. And so I find myself
There's
yawning during
no
the podcast,
one-
not because I'm bored,
I feel
because
ya.
it's bedtime at Taylor House.
There is no one. I promise you. At the well, you saw what time Gina went running.
I know. I was like, what is homegirl doing? Because I need 4
Yeah.
hours to unwind after an exercise session.
There's only one day a week that we get up before noon. Really.
Are you kidding me?
Ron said sleep when you die.
We get up on Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock because we got to be somewhere at 9.
Y'all should probably just not go to sleep on Saturday nights. That would probably be a better idea for y'all, right?
You would think.
And what happens is we have to come back, and it's so funny because we come back and we immediately everyone goes to their rooms and takes showers. Naps. I'm hearing the shower go on in the background because River's taking a shower. Because we're worn out because, oh my God, I just went to sleep and I had to get up, so we're all just work from home,
Yeah,
homeschool.
you can. So
We're all night owls, and I'm a musician, so I'll be up.
Well,
probably.
bedtime at Reagan Apartments at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
He's
on a
the
good
only
night.
Wilson around here that gets up, and he gets up at an ungodly hour.
4 a.m.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
By choice?
I agreed to the job. I guess it's my choice. How's that work?
So how have you reconciled your past with your future?
What does that mean?
Like,
How did you
you're
adjust?
a Wilson.
How did you adjust from this household to the new?
It took a couple years. It's with Chick-fil-A. I had done it for a couple years before, and I was like, it's not so bad. You just get used to being tired all the time. You just kind of get used to it. It becomes a lifestyle. Really.
Trust me, he was the one saying, "Is there any? Can we do the podcast at 3 in the afternoon?" I was like, "We could, but I don't know how many people out on the West Coast would be able to attend."
Like that.
They're all having lunch.
Oh my word!
Yeah, lunch podcast.
So I saw this article and I thought it was pretty interesting, and get you guys. Number one, the article said, and I'll pull it up here on the screen so everybody can see it. U.S. economy will remain strong for the next 3 years. 71% of the global CFOs believe that. So that's what chief financial officers in just about every type of business is predicting. Who knows? I don't claim to be an economic prophet. And I'm always leery when people are telling me this is a definite thing. But all the economic indicators are that we're in a pretty strong economy right now. The job market is great. Income market. I mean, I will tell you, just TW3 is on fire. And normally the summer months is our slower months. And we are right now outpacing our good months. So it's and not only are we, as in me and several of my top recruiters, I'm talking a lot of people, new members are just coming on because we offer people a means and a method and strategies to really go to the next level in their careers. And so it's really rewarding to see. But so the indicators of what we're experiencing is congruent with what this article says at CNBC. So I saw this other article I wanted to pull up, and it talks about some of the top industries to be in. And you say, well, Terry, like for instance, it pulled up, and what's on their screen right now, guys, is this thing called canned wine. It's sort of the new craze. That because wine is in a bottle is once you pop the top, unless you get one of those fancy schmancy things to cork it back up, it's canned wine is portable, it's small, it's a glass right there, you can drink it, and so they're saying this, and you're saying, well, Terry, I'm not in the wine business, I don't know anything about wine. You don't have to. It's actually one of our RMP. So if
Do we have the popsicles?
I don't know. We'll have to look.
Popsicles?
I have not. What's a popsicle?
They're alcoholic popsicles. And so you're swimming by the pool and you eat a popsicle.
If you bring up brownies,
I've been reading about them. I would have bought some already, but they're $96 for 8 of them.
That seems overpriced.
Right.
I feel like you could make your own.
So it's popsicles made out of wine?
No, it's got vodka. Oh. Vodka, strawberry, or I don't know. I was reading about it. I need to clear up on my facts. But when I get some, I'll invite Gina and Callie down, and we'll all test them out and let you guys.
Moving right along, one of the other opportunities was disaster relief. Now, here's one that I told someone the other day. Believe it or not, you can make a ton of money on. Because I made this statement in one of our trainings that I said, Lindsay, if you knew how to market and you had the tools to market with, you could sell bags of sand and make money. And someone called me on it. Well, how would you do that? Is that just one of the Terryisms that you like to say? And I said, sure, I'll tell you exactly. And I was like, I'd find out during hurricane season where a hurricane's coming. Mm-hmm. I would send out a voice broadcast. This is a public service announcement that hurricanes are coming in this area, predicted, may not. If you'd like to go ahead and bulk up and fill in the blank, here's the link to go to, because RMPs. And so right now, according to Inc. magazine, the number 2 product to sell right now is disaster relief stuff.
Wow.
So
I'm that shopper though.
Exactly.
Like, when I realize, okay, perfect. I mean, different scale, but when I realize that spring is coming, I'm like, oh, gotta get the rain boots. My kids need rain boots. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to turn my notifications. I don't know how to use this thing yet. Do you know how to use these things?
Lindsay got a new phone and she don't know how to operate it.
That should be in settings. And
Yeah, I went to that like 30 minutes into the podcast because I was like, my phone's going off.
You can't hear it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
It's incredibly rude.
Unless you brought attention to it.
Well, and I did.
You can't hear it. You can't
I don't know
hear
how to
it.
use my phone. But I'm the mom that I'm like, we all need new rain boots ×4. And
Right.
we probably need matching jackets.
Right.
Matching. That's the important part. That's when we probably need matching jackets. I mean, maybe jackets, but they have to be matching.
Well, for summer, that's how I got on these things. I found these things and I decided I liked them, so I got 4 of them. And then they went on sale, so I bought 7 more. Like, I'm that person.
So you have enough now.
Well, they're Christmas gifts. I'm already working on Christmas.
See, now you're starting to sound like my mother.
Yeah. Well, there's
That's how
28
mom
people on my
buys.
list.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
gotta
get
care
ahead
about
of
But
it.
see,
people.
here again, what you're saying is I see a need and I'm going to go out and get it.
That's right.
Well, if
×4.
you know that you find value in that season, in that time, then you know other people would.
Exactly.
And if you have a tool to put that in front of the right people in the right region of the country,
There you go.
it's literally shooting fish in a barrel. And so, disaster relief was one of them. That was pretty cool. Beauty tech. Now, here's something I'm out of school, but they're basically saying these beauty tech products are just on fire right now. Esports, which we talked a little bit about last week. One of our RMPs back there, I know a lot of people, especially my age group, are probably glossing over and not even paying attention to, but several of these are gaming stuff, gaming opportunities. And if you know how to target the right audience, which I would not, and I'll tell you why, because I don't understand it.
Right.
So I don't ever market to it, but that's why I'm encouraging.
It's just the equivalent of what we're doing now. Only imagine a podcast
It's just
about
different
video games.
industry.
Yeah.
Right.
River needs access to these.
Exactly. Now here's another one. What do y'all think about this? An influencer agent.
Okay, so I looked into becoming an influencer. Have you heard of that? The box? They send you all these products, and I guess you test them out. And it was just too complicated of a process to get on with them. But I thought it was a really cool concept.
Well, here's the thing. With your RMP that you've got as an elite member, you are an influencer. You go create content.
It's so awesome.
You don't have to go sign up with some company.
Yeah. Do you know why my blog is not up as of this minute?
Why?
Because when they put the fence up on Friday, they cut my internet.
No.
Justin's plan on Friday was to finish my blog, to get it all
gotcha.
set for us. And we were going to work on it through the weekend. And we called 811 before you dig.
Right.
And the only people
As
that
the
did not
president
come
of the HOA in this neighborhood, you did fill out the proper paperwork to get your fence set up, didn't you? You might want to do that. I'm messing with you.
what paperwork?
What paperwork was that?
You got a
awkward
form?
really quickly.
I'm like,
You have to backdate
should I
some
throw
things.
Justin under the bus or should I take the hit?
I told Justin to do that. Yeah. No. But
Yes, the answer
but
is yes.
you're right. But you got a blog, you got your product. Outside of TW3, you got your own products, you got your own coaching business, and you could, if anything in that RMP resonates with you, so I like that. I
already do that in my group. I already share products that I love just because it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, and then you can get paid for it.
Yeah.
So that's good. Going on, another one was women's reproductive health. I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Hey, let me touch it though.
I thought you would.
Because that is a hot market
dear
because
God.
of all the chemicals that we put in our bodies.
Oh God, help us.
You need
Don't
to
let
pray
her-
for these
don't
women
let her
that are
say
having trouble
anything.
conceiving. I know you haven't had much trouble conceiving 5 times.
5 times.
But a lot of women really struggle with that.
Nah, I get
And
that.
so
That's
it is
real.
a hot market because women are so willing to try anything that they can to avoid going to a doctor and taking a bunch of pills that make them crazy, put their marriages on crazy terms.
You're
a good
telling me, wait a minute. Are you telling me that my wife could go and take medication that would make her crazy?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Really?
Are you joking? Okay.
It's just news to me. I mean, I cannot imagine.
Well, let me unpack it. I know you're being sarcastic, but I'm going to unpack it for everyone. The hormones that we put into our body that are in the birth control pills affect a lot of women.
Yeah, I know.
Poorly.
I want to back up. I am sensitive to the plight of. I empathize as much as I can as a man. I don't have your as much as I can. Let's go on.
I can keep going. I got 10
no
more minutes.
good way for me to even.
How do I
back out of this? Elderly care, baseball. I love baseball. Elderly care. That is huge right now. Of course, you guys in the insurance business know that as well because of all the products. Alternative protein and food products. Lindsay, you don't have to.
My people.
You don't have to. Lindsay, just keep it. So those were the.
Am I in timeout?
I just don't want no brownie comments. But the two articles there with CNBC and also with Inc. was saying, number one, the economy is great right now.
So great.
Number two, here are some top moving products right now. Mm-hmm. And we're here at TW3 saying, if you will get the tools, the training, the technology you need to get these products, goods, and services out in front of the people who need, want, and desire it and can afford it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what's hilarious is the last 2 months I have tried, I set a number that I only wanted to do 80 sales because I really wanted to enjoy summer, enjoy my family. You know, both months I sold over 125 on accident because that's how good the economy is right now.
Well, it's rocking and rolling. I'm telling you guys, now is the time to get into a home-based business.
It really is.
It really is. I mean, we got recruiters and trainers that are literally starting in just a week. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not saying that you just, but I'm telling you, it's possible.
You got to bring the hustle.
You got to bring the hustle. We bring the tools, the training, technology. You bring the effort, the energy, and the hustle. And if you don't bring that, it's why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
What has been said?
I didn't say anything.
Something has been said.
Not to you. Don't worry about it.
Uh-oh.
Did your mom just say something?
No. Let's move on.
Gina, did you say something?
She didn't.
Okay.
Is our chat room on fire?
Is our chat room on fire?
Everybody's fine.
Okay. Any other questions?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Well, guys, get with your recruiter this evening, if all possible.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Jane did want to shout out her rep, or her new member, Chester.
Chester.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Welcome aboard, Chester. I want to tell you, you have got the nicest, most caring, most just really wants to see people around her succeed trainer. And so just work with her. I promise you, she will care just as much about your business and your success as you do. I love Jane, and she's been with us going on a couple years, I think now, year and a half at least, if not 2 years. And she was at the conference, and was just a delight to meet. And my wife fell in love with her. Reagan likes her because she always is kind to Reagan, which that's the only thing I've got against Jane, to be honest with you, is I think she's just too nice to Reagan. But welcome aboard. Welcome to TW3. It's good to have you. If I can encourage all of you guys, because I know there's a ton of you out there right now that have just joined in the last week or two, get into the back office, start doing your steps 1 through 6. And I don't care if you're a Plus member or Elite member, stop. Don't do anything but 1 through 6. The biggest problem most new entrepreneurs have is they all have the shiny object syndrome. They get in, they get starry-eyed. Oh, look at this opportunity. Look at this. Oh, there's a way to make money. And you start spinning it around in circles, and you go absolutely nowhere. So we've got it step by step. Do this first, do this second. And, don't be one of those guys that go out there, take off, and then you make 3 or 4 sales, but you can't facilitate the sales because, oh, I forgot to set up a merchant account. Step 2.
Right.
Don't skip the steps. They're
Follow
there.
directions.
Follow directions. If you join as a Plus member or more, we guarantee you success in 90 days because we know our system works. Hey, remember, if you want to go to the next level, you have to grow to the next level. And that's why I want to give you a free copy of my new book, You are worth more. Go to terrywilson3.com/worthmore now.
Thank you for listening to our show today at terrywilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at terrywilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
Man, it's a great system here. This is good stuff here. I wish I found this company 10 years ago.